Nearly 1,000 people were arrested by immigration enforcement agents today alone. This is part of a nationwide crackdown on immigration, and that's according to the federal agency. Here in North Carolina, hundreds of calls are coming into ICE hotlines from communities concerned about what's next for their families. WRAL's Chelsea Donovan is joining us live outside the Mexican consulate in Raleigh. Chelsea, no arrests here that you know of, but certainly a lot of fear.
Yeah, that's right. They've closed their doors today, but all day long there was people lining up at the door. In fact, we couldn't even get a spot in the parking lot. So many people with fear, wondering if they're going to be detained or have to self-deport. Hey there, Chelsea Donovan with WRAL. How are you? We spent hours today checking in with local, state, and federal agencies to see if ICE is actively making arrests in our state and if they're working with any local law enforcement. The vast majority said they're awaiting directives. This as the line outside of the Mexican consulate in Raleigh never got shorter.
We have all of our papers in order, and we are legal permanent residents. There's always that fear.
This couple drove 4 hours all the way from Virginia. The wife is a U.S. citizen. Her husband is from Mexico, here legally. They didn't want to show their faces out of fear of racial profiling.
Maybe you're going 5 miles over the speed limit and you get pulled over. Is that going to be cause to strip him of his legal permanent residency?
Her fear is mirrored by the call volume at Siambre's NC ICE's hotline, where since Trump took office, 267 calls have come in. Calls are from all over the state, including Durham, Orange, and Wake counties. 6% of those calls report suspected ICE presence.
We think this is a public safety issue, and we think that no one deserves to live in this fear.
It's important to note, Siambre NC says 0 detentions reported in those calls were found to actually have happened.
Mostly people who saw something on social media saying that there was an ICE activity or an ICE detention outside a restaurant, outside in their neighborhood.
Siambre NC says they will soon hold ICE Watch training sessions to help the community feel safe and what they need to know if confronted by the agency.
It's sad. It's just very sad when you see that in your community and you see that in other communities, and know that there's just a desperation to be able to stay here and to protect your family, to be able to continue to care for them.
Now, that advocacy group that we spoke to said one thing that folks need to know is to make sure if they are approached by ICE to ask for a judicial warrant. That is part of these folks' constitutional rights. Chelsea Donovan, WRAL News, Raleigh.